TV comedy roast. It was a roast battle with some trees on it. I bet. I ain't never done a roast battle like that. So congratulations to Jack Beta. I'm gonna say your name wrong, bro. I'm just not out of disrespect. It's just because. Sorry. So Zach, look up Zach Abecha, New Mexico comic comedian. Shout out to Steph Darnell, he was there. Shout out to Stretch from Stretched Out Comedy. Alfredo Marquez Jr. Armando was there, man. And then it was like some people I've never met before was there. So shout out to like everybody that participated. I was holding it down. I was the only female in the crew, yo. So that's what's up. That was like, you know, it ain't hard. Roasting is not hard. A lot of people think roasting is some scientific. You gotta sit down and write some stuff out. You gotta have jokes, but when you're doing a roast battle, it's basically you're joking on the fly. Like it just comes natural. And poor Alfredo, he did have some jokes written down on his phone, and they called him out on it. So yeah, don't bring your phone to a roast battle. Just come. Basically, all roasting is talking shit. If you know how to talk shit, you're gonna survive a roast battle, and that's what happened, right? So, and from what I heard, well, from what I was told, Reggie Noble was there. He was hosting it, and he was like, "Yo, sis, you did your thing." So shout out to Reggie Noble, aka RedMan. If y'all haven't seen my Facebook, my Instagram, the pics is all up on there. TikTok, the pics is up on there. So getting to meet Reggie Noble, that was awesome, and whatnot. So yeah, and Dab TV, it's I don't know if you can catch the episode on that channel, but if you can, check it out and let me know. Cause your girl was like, it wasn't that I was running out of roasts and things to say. I was high. I was so high. Like, whoever invented trying to do roast battle while you're getting high. Some people could talk mad shit while they high and everything. Me, I was dancing. I don't know why I had a whole concert in my head. I was just like chilling. So that's what I was doing. I was dancing. I was chilling. I was singing songs. I was trying to turn it into a fucking rap battle. Don't ask me why, what I was doing. I was gone. I was 3 sheets to the wind gone. Okay, and it didn't help. It didn't help that I was feeling myself. Like when the crowd is like hyping you up, and then the crowd got you too. Baby, never again, never again. But book me for your next roast. Book me for your next roast. I'm trying out this base gel because it's getting rave reviews. I don't see how. It's just goopy and messy. But I'm gonna try it out. I try anything that I spend $15 on. So what's going on? So if you haven't seen the link is in the comments. The link is somewhere in here. We have a comedy special coming up. It's nothing really special about it. I just like calling it a comedy special to get people to come. We're gonna be at the El Paso Playhouse, July 19th. So not this Saturday, next Saturday. So you need to come and support that. The host finally confirmed. We got Anthony Austin Brown hosting the show for us. We have Lee Gray is the feature, me headlining. And then we have your boy Z Cage on the ones and twos DJing for us, getting the music and the crowd hyped up and ready. So we definitely want you to come and represent and have a good time. Have a good time. Tickets are on sale. They're really, really inexpensive, okay? Because we know what's going on. We know you're donating your money. Shout out to the people that are donating their money and funds and time to the responders. Texas got flooded heavy. So rest in peace to the Kerrville people. I'm so sorry about that. Camp Mystic is going through it right now. There's a lot going on. A lot of deaths, destruction is happening. But at least the planes have stopped falling out of the sky. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to let this driver fuck with this on, but I don't care. Because you know when you're in the gym, you start sweating. And I got, you know, don't judge me. So we got that going on. And I just wanted to tell you about that. And it was like a really, 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 really hard weekend. Because we had a friend pass away due to a pedestrian hit and run. They caught the person. So justice let justice do its thing. Because we have some people that when certain events hit close to home, they want to go out and do the vigilante thing. Don't go to jail. It's not that serious. Let justice do its thing first. I can say that. Let justice do its thing first. So yeah. But your girl is on a hype train right now. Things is happening, things is going, and I like that. Oh, and I'm supposed to give a shout out to Millionaire Podcast. Shout out to Millionaire Podcast. They have the Shenanigans podcast listed as number 20 on their million podcast. The best, it's the best 100 stand-up comedy podcast. So out of 100, we made 20, baby. We made 20. And if you watch this on YouTube, I'm gonna put the proof up on there so you can see it with your own eyes. And then you look up Millionaire Podcast, Shenanigans, SHI apostrophe NA-nanigans. Yeah, spell it out. It's a hard word sometimes to go through, and that's what we got going on. I want to move to the AC portion. It is so hot in my house right now. But not in my house, just this part of the house, the bathroom. It's the window. Yes. So I'm feeling really good. We just did another booking last night. If you're not on VR, get on VR. And if you don't have an Oculus, if you don't have a MetaQuest headset, you can download MetaQuest on your phone. Horizon Worlds on your phone, I believe. And there's apps for that. And then you can go and see our shows that we do in VR. So we had the Fail to Render Rift mic last night. It was so fun. They put up 6 different memes on a screen and you just go off of it. Shout out to Mario Superstar Salazar. I featured for him on a couple of shows, which is always a blessing. So thank you for having me on your shows, Mario. But they wanted me to roast you. I did a little bit. So I'm letting you know that I was talking shit about you before you see the clip. So if you see the clip, I put you in a good light. I talked about your Marine Corps status, okay, simplify, all that good stuff. And I don't know what your favorite color is, so I made it up. It was a riff mic. So we have fun over here. It's really cool. So if you can catch the Fail to Render podcast, the Fail to Render VR comedy shows, they have every Tuesday and Thursday is like your showcases. So you have the top comedians, professional comedians all over New York, New Jersey, Baltimore, Maryland. We have had somebody from Britain over there. So we had a UK comic last night. Myself representing Texas / New York. Yeah, because, Brooklyn all day, baby. And California comic. So if you're on VR, definitely drop in. And then Monday and Wednesdays is the open mic. The Wednesday open mic, I've been to that one. That's hosted by Big Al Gonzalez representing San Antonio. So catch that one if you can. And just have a time. I know a lot of comedians say, well, VR and Zoom mics are not the same. I was like, well, who said it's not the same? It's the same material that you would do on stage. You're still trying to get the same reacts. You still trying to get people to laugh at you, right? Same thing, same concept. So just try it out. It's just that I think that the Zoom mics and the VR mics, you reach a broader audience, all right? Because you're putting on shows in your local city and you might get 10 people, 30 people, 100 people, 300 people to put on the venue space, which is great. But think about how many more people you reach online. A lot of people are agoraphobics. They don't want to leave the house. For whatever reason, they're not leaving the house. They can't drive. They drunk. Whatever combination. So they're sitting at home, but they're paying the internet bill. So do some shows on the internet. Why not? Because believe it or not, when COVID happened, that's when I was getting the most bookings. And that's when I added that international title. And most people like, that international title don't count. You didn't physically leave. And I said, baby, listen, after 4 deployments, I've been overseas enough times to be international, okay? So when I do shows in Wales, I've done shows in London, I've done shows in Kuala Lumpur, they count. They count, baby. So online comedy shows, catch them, because I still do those. I still get booked for those. I still get asked to come up and do those shows. And it's a blessing to be able to do that because, again, The true test of being a comedian is, are your jokes resonating with the masses on all types of platforms? So whether you're on stage live or you are on the internet doing it, do it. Now, before you come for me with the whole TikTok thing, I can't figure TikTok out, okay? So I just put clips of my comedies up there, and then I just put like the cat comes in my room, and I'm trying to make her TikTok famous because it ain't working for me, obviously. You know, I'm not about to do sketches and skits and all of that, because when I have 5 minutes on stage or 10 minutes of stage time, 15 minutes of stage time, I'm not trying to do a whole skit. It's not SNL over here. But if SNL needs a comic, come holler at you, girl. I'm ready for it. What's up? And speaking of SNL, so I heard that the Kenan Thompson comedy thing is like fake. So everybody that's been applying, what is your feedback on that? Have you been going to the Kenan Thompson Presents comedy things? Because I did visit the one in California. They had one at Tommy T's. And I went up there and I was like, yo, I'm a comic. Can I get on it? They're like, nah, shorty, because you're not from California specifically. It's specifically for the comics in that region. But when I went on the website and I applied for it, they had nothing. They had no shows near El Paso. It was like, go all the way to ATL. That's a grip. That's a grip. I'm going to have to put a GoFundMe link to go to Atlanta. No. So Kenan, I'm gonna need you to watch these VR shows if it's real. If it ain't real, you need to tell people stop using your name. If it's real comments, let me know. Because like I said, I don't know the gist of it. I know we went on there and you put your little link up there, you put a clip up there, and they call you back. So I'm not doing any comedy festivals this year because I'm up in a way that I'm not sure what's gonna happen in the next few months. So I got things going on. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be available to travel for comedy, and which is cool because y'all haven't been picking me for the comedy festivals anyway. And then like I applied to do the veterans comedy for Upstage Comedy Lounge. They didn't pick me. Like, how you not pick a veteran to do a Veterans Day? Okay, it's cool. Upstage, it's cool. I ain't want to go to San Antonio anyway because y'all got all that rain up there right now, and my hair can't handle all that rain. It's cool though, but a lot of these comedy festivals, for those that are not comedians that don't know, the comedy festivals, they charge you to perform at these comedy festivals. To submit, you submit a 5-minute tape, and it'll be like $25 to $50, and in hopes of getting picked. And then if you don't get picked, you don't get that refund back. So I'm trying to figure out, what does that money go to? Does it go to the headshots? And come to find out, it goes to the headliner of the festival. Okay. So I got some work to do so I could be the headliner of a festival. But not this year. This year we're going to chill out. Well, there's only 6 months left anyway. So this year we're going to chill out. And then maybe 2026 I'll come back. I'm starting to record my shows more. So again, you'll see some clips coming up there with the comedy. Because I don't know what the people want. I really don't. I know you got to be a draw. Well, I'm trying to draw you over here to come see the show. Especially the one on July 19th, right? El Paso Playhouse, right? Come on down. Tickets are $10. You got 3 comics. You got a DJ in effect. We're going to do it a little bit differently than the comedy shows that you're used to. We like to turn up, have a good time. You got the sensational Anthony Austin Brown is going to be hosting it. And it's always great to have him because he too has already filmed his comedy special along with Julian Loera. Julian Loera has filmed a comedy special. And right now, out of all the El Paso comics that have been, those are only 2 that I know of for sure that have filmed a comedy special. And I was like, well, where the females at? Right here. Why not? So live taping, filming a comedy special. Let's see how it goes. We're just going to have a good time, you know. And so I thank you immensely if you come out to that show, get the ticket. The link is right there. And if you're not in El Paso, if you're seeing this and you're not in El Paso, can you do me a favor? Share the link. Share. Like it, heart it, some kind of react to it. You can put the angry react up there. At least I know you synced it. Put a comment up there. If you think you're a comedian, put a comment up there. Like, what makes you think you are qualified to do a comedy special? Well, I'll tell you right now. 9 years in, I'm celebrating my 9th year being a stand-up comedian here in El Paso, Texas, by way of New York. You know, I always got to represent New York. So yeah, when I get excited, the New York accent come out, and I'm just like, yo, what's up? What's good? What's good? Yes. So I need that support. I need that love. You know, you're always saying like, oh, where all the females at? Where all the females at? Which is funny because when we do go to the open mics, like tonight is Friday. Friday, we had an open mic at Cinco Bar. And we got females that are stepping up to that mic. So we do have some females that come through and they're learning to be stand-up comics. So keep doing your thing. But it just amazes me how when I do shows and they're like, oh, we didn't know that y'all have female comics. You ain't know? You ain't know? That's a disservice for the masses. Okay, yes. Yes. So certain people that have comedy clubs need to start putting females up there because we here, baby. We here. All right? We doing comedy. We got the hee-hees and the ha-has. We ain't all talking about blow and bullshit. You know? Come on. The females are here. We representing. We doing our thing. And we love to entertain you all, you know? So it's like I could list on, you know, it's sad I could list on one hand all the female comics that we have. Myself, Lee Garay, there's more. There's more. I just need y'all to be more consistent so I can mention y'all properly. But be on the lookout for Tonali. She's out there. She shows up. We have Kaz. She's from Las Cruces. She's representing Las Cruces. And that's it. That's it. Yeah, one hand. So, females, if you think you're funny, this is a call to action. Females, if you think you're funny, you think you can hold it down. All that we ask is like you start going to the open mics. You start off at the open mics, right? And the open mics, right now in El Paso, we only have 2. Because I'm not at the shit talking portion of the podcast right now, but you know what, this is my podcast, I'll say it. Shit talk, this is the okay, let's just get into it, the shit talking portion. So unfortunately we only have 2 open mics left. When I was running the open mics and hosting the open mics, we had about a good 10 mics. All right, we had them Mondays and Wednesdays, then we had it Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, then it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. We had a mic every night. Then it went to, we even had a Saturday mic, we had a Sunday mic. We almost had mics 7 days a week. Okay, almost. I know almost don't count in some people's language, I get that. However, when you are a comedian and you trying to get booked, right? You trying to get eyes on you to get better gigs, out of town gigs. These open mics are essential because again, an open mic is your gym. It is where you work out your material, where you work out your stage presence, where you work out what you want to say, where you work out what kind of comedian you want to be known as, right? So when you start building your brand, start talking about your comedy, your skills, what your talents are, because we have a lot of comedians that not just comedians, they are musicians, right? They are other things, right? Other types of careers, like me, military, right? And I slowly, in the 9 years, I've slowly started to talk about and joke about my military experience. But we do have comics that are veterans, active duty, reservists, National Guard, whatever they fit in that category. And if they tell military jokes, some comedians that have military background don't even talk about the military. You know, you don't even find out until later when they show up at the Veterans Comedy Festival. And then you're like, oh, you're a veteran? Okay, what branch? You know? You already know, like I said, Anthony Austin Brown, world-class singer. And I say world-class because TikTok put him on the map for his singing. Like, he's that good. He's awesome. And then you got Zeke Cage, who does stand-up comedy, karaoke, and he is the lead singer of his band, A Minor in Cryptozoology. So there's different aspects to being a comedian. Like, we don't just have to fill in that box of like, oh, I just do stand-up comedy only, because what they tell us is, oh, well, you guys need to have a talent in addition to. You guys need to have something backing you up in addition to being a comedian. And a lot of comedians, they have to have full-time jobs to fund their comedy career so that they can travel outside of their realm. All right, so if you are Texas-based, but you're doing shows out in Atlanta, Michigan, California, you're going out on tour, that costs money, and some bookers don't have all the funds. Bookers and promoters might not have all the funds. So in that circle of funds, they might tell you, well, we'll pay you this percentage of ticket sales, but you got to get yourself here. Some places, they'll have a hotel room ready for you. Some places be like, nah, you get, room and board is on you, but we got a stage for you. You know, all of this costs money, but you ain't got to worry about that right now. You got to start at the open mic level. You get up there, you get 3 to 5 minutes to be funny, and a lot of them choke because you up there and there's a crowd. There is a crowd. It may not be a mighty crowd all the time, but there's still a crowd. There's more than 6 people. There's a crowd. And I'm not talking about the bartenders, the bar bags, the people that work at the establishment. We're talking about patrons that came in there after work, or they was lolly-dolly. It's summertime. We ain't got nothing else to do. Let's come up in here and see what's going on. And then we do have a strong following because we promote, hey, on the Facebook, we like, hey, we got an open mic over here. We got an open mic over there. Come through. All right, because we need you to be in those seats to help us get better. We need you. And then, to mind you, the open mic, I hate to say it, the open mic is free. Okay, you coming in on the open mic as a consumer, your audience member, you're sitting down in this, you know, and you're watching us. You're watching us before we come top-notch famous. All right, so you like, yeah, I remember when you first started out, you wasn't that good, but look at you now, right? So we need that. We need that motivation to help us climb up. All right. We need, and it's also we seek that validation, because how do you know you're good if nobody comes to your shows? Nobody. Well, obviously, if they don't come to your show, you're not good, right? But it's way more than that. It's a lot going on. So we had several open mics in El Paso. Now we're down to 2 Thursday nights and Friday nights, and comics, you gotta get good. You gotta get good, because so many birdies have told me, you know, they're like, they'll come to the open mics because they're having a lot of fun and they are curious to see what we're doing. And the problem is, they're like, hey, I seen that guy last week and the week before and the week before and the week before telling the same material. And that's bad when they can't say telling the same joke. Because why after 2 and 3 years you're still telling the same joke, bro? What happened? And then somebody, and one of the comics, his rhetoric was, well, I was told that you only got to perfect the one joke, and once you perfect that one joke, that's the only one you need ever. But sir, you're not getting booked off that one joke. You're not going anywhere with that one joke. And then by you trying to tell that one joke over and over and over, and it's to the point where the audience members, especially the regulars, remember bars and clubs have regulars. They come here faithfully, same time, same back channel, right? And then sometimes they bring extra friends, they bring family members that's coming from out of town. They've having reunions from way back when, and they over here like, yo, let me show you my spot, let me show you my hangouts, right? And then you come in and you're doing the same material that you did week after week after week after week, and it's not getting stronger. And what that does collectively as a whole, not pinpointing one specific person, you have to put it collectively. If a group of stand-up comics or a group of people calling themselves comics come in there and they're saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over, the crowd is going to be like, why come here anymore? Or why come here on this night? So they'll wait till another night to come when they just have a regular DJ, or they'll come and try the karaoke night. They'll come on a night that's not an open mic night. So you run that venue into the ground. Now the venue is like, hey, we losing money, and they're going to blame you. They're going to blame you as a whole, but they're going to blame you specifically, because they'll be like, yo, you're supposed to be bringing people in. We let you come in here free of charge. And some venues will pay you to run an open mic. You know, they might give you like a bar tab. They might give you like $50. And that $50 will cover your equipment. If a comedian accidentally drops a microphone, messes up a cord, knocks over a speaker. So hopefully, if you're doing the right thing, I mean, I can't tell you how to spend your money right, but if you're doing the right thing and you are charging for open mics, hopefully that money goes into preserving that open mic, preserving your equipment, right? And then later on having like a comedy festival or some type of way to reimburse the comics for their talent. Because I really do think that comics, that if you have never been paid for doing a comedy show or anything, it dampens your motivation. Because the goal is to get you booked. The goal is to get you to become from an open micer to paid comic, a booked comic. And it's hard to do that when the material you're doing is not hitting, bro. And it's hard to keep open mics going if y'all running them into the ground because we're not funny. And I see it happening with one of the mics now. It just not getting it. We started out with good momentum. We had good games. We had people there. They laughing, having a good time. But the comments come in there. You start like flirting with the crowd, making people uncomfortable at the crowd individually, like, you know. And it's not a crowd mic. It's not time to work on your crowd material. It's not time to harass the patrons. But they don't listen to me. They don't listen to me. They don't listen to me. Do what you do and do what works. But the problem is, if it ain't working, do something else. So get funny, get funny, get funny. And then be welcoming, because I've been to, like I said, I'm national touring. So I've been out and, you know, I go to other cities and I'm like, maybe they're hiding their deep, dark secrets. Like, because when, you know what happens when company come over, you're on your best behavior, right? So I don't know the true Hollywood story behind closed doors at these other cities' mics. But I just know what happens at the mics that I go to. When I show up, they're welcoming. You know, they're inviting. We're all happy. We're all networking. We're all talking to each other. And you saw the show we put on, the last show we did for the Las Cruces Rad Comedy Series, right? We had the Austin takeover. It was Austin Pecos, all right? So we had those comics come over. So shout out and a lot of thanks to Ryan Shields, What the Hector Garcia. We had Adam Reed. We had Audrey, Illuminati on Instagram. So they showed up, right, and showed out. So that's what you're doing. You're bringing cities together, comics in your area with comics that are from out of town when we're passing through. And we got a lot of pages that'll sit there, but like, if you're a comedian, you'll find us on a lot of pages looking for spots. Like, hey, I'm coming through this city. Who got a mic for me? If I could work out some gear, some material. Or even better, hey, I'm coming to your town. You got any shows I can jump on? Paid gigs. And if you keep that rapport, you keep that niceness going, they got you. They got you, especially if you're funny. Remember, in this business, you got to be funny. Because I'm going to dispel the whole rumor of, nah, you just got to be entertaining. You ain't got to be funny. Just come up there and do it. What? You just going to let everybody on stage and they don't have to be funny? I'm confused. I'm confused. If that's the case, then everybody should be on America's Got Talent. Because they're not funny. They're entertaining. They're doing something different. They're doing acrobatics. They're doing contortionism. They're doing magic. They're doing something. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. You know. But if you're just tuning in, again, this is the Shenanigans podcast, is where we talk shit, basically. You know, we talk shit, the behind the scenes of what it takes to be a comedian, what it takes to like climb the proverbial ladder. I don't even know anymore, okay? Because a lot of people are TikTok famous and they're getting the stage time. Shout out and kudos. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. There's people that are doing other things and also getting famous. Bravo, bravo. You will find your niche if you keep going. And if you're on TikTok, what do they always say? Post it, well, no matter what it is, say it, post it, do it. and shine, and it'll find you, whatever it is you're doing. And I believe that. I believe that. And I also dispel the rumor of it takes 10 years. We ain't got, some people don't have 10 years. You know, we got cancer on the rise, leukemia, flooding, death threats, planes falling out the sky, natural disasters of any sorts. So a lot is going on. All right. Oh, so yes. So if you continuously tune in to Shenanigans podcast, we thank you kindly. The Shenanigans Productions. We got the next show for the Rad Comedy Series, August 22nd. And then we got another show in the works with the Rad East. We're working on getting you a comedy show over there. So with the Shenanigans, we only book headliners and features, okay? And we do comedy showcases. We don't run the open mics anymore. We'll go to the open mic, we'll listen, we'll perform ourselves, but we're not booking brand new comics right now. But we're going to support you. We'll mentor you if you want the mentorship. So we are there for that. All right. So yeah, like, and then so that's it. The Shenanigans podcast, the Shenanigans production, and come on, subscribe. Where the subscribers at? I don't know how to do the monetization, but we would love some subscribers. We would love to have you on. You subscribe, you get a merch pack, because we got some new merch. So we definitely have that new merch over at the El Paso Playhouse. Again, July 19th. I'm going to keep talking about it because we got this week and we got next week to hype it up. Because what they say, the hype is real. I hope they didn't trademark that, because it is. The hype is real. I always love entertaining the masses and talking shit and whatever. So, and I got to meet Reggie Noble, y'all. What's up? Don't worry, we ain't do nothing. We ain't do nothing. I just said hi. I need a hug though. I got a hug. Got that RedMan love. What's up? So I'm telling you, like in comedy, you meet some people that you never thought you would meet ever. So to meet Reggie Noble, aka RedMan, that was like chef kiss right there. You know, we meet a lot of famous people in the comedy world, so it's really cool to be considered a co-worker when you're on a pay schedule. You on the same pay scale, you know, like we all get paid to be here, and I'm just like, you know. And he said I was nice. He was like, you funny, mom, you funny. I was like, well, I better be, because being a comedian is hard. It's hard sometimes, you know. So definitely check that out. The Dad Roast TV. Put the link up in there later, and y'all get to see that. And just vibe out with us. Just vibe out and keep doing your thing. So whatever you got going on this week, the week is almost to an end. It's Friday. The week is ended. It's the weekend. It's Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Do what you do. Much love. All right. Don't forget, July 19th, El Paso Playhouse. It Is What It Is comedy show hosted by Anthony Austin Brown, featuring Ligarai and headlining your girl Sharita. Definitely need you to come out and see that. And yes, take care. All right. Bye, you boo.